Welcome back, my loyal subjects, to more The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. Pharaoh Fiasco here, and after acquainting ourselves with the Courageous 2, we're ready to head to Gala's Shrine. Hey Reen, were you able to make that lap around the ship? Yeah, I was. I think I've seen everything I wanted to. And it made me realize again just how amazing this ship really is. It does my heart good to hear you say that. And no part of the ship deserves the Olivier seal of approval more than, drumroll please, the baths. We simply must bathe together when time permits. A chance to lay ourselves bare if you catch my meaning. Well, you never have to ask me twice to take a nice hot bath. Oh, and I'm sure you heard the announcement, but our maiden flight will soon be coming to an end. Would you please ready yourself for landing, Reen? Can do. I've taken a lap around the ship and spoken with everyone who will be disembarking. Maybe I'll just wait on the bridge for now. Yep, we were only able to actually afford new weapons for 3 party members, Yuna, Crow, and Reen himself. And I made a Tamamo gem instead of hanging on to that stuff, so hanging on to U material so that we could upgrade our weapons. So we're not in the best shape. We do have way more battle scopes now. That's always good. Okay. Right back to Milsante, Gala Lake specifically. Should be fine. Not really the most incognito thing ever. Except for us being completely incognito. Okay. So they'll just wait for us to get back. With the mission completed successfully at that. Here we are at the Luna Shrine again. Yes, but it feels different this time. Yep. It's got that mana overflowing. Rose did say that the spirit veins are becoming more active, so perhaps that's why. I'd wager good Mira you're right. Now that I can sense mana, I'm starting to see what you mean. Whoa! Since when has Machias been able to sense mana? Feels like it's still being contained inside the shrine, though. That makes sense. This is the only shrine that's been overseen by the Wandering Witches for generations. My mother came here to purify its waters countless times throughout her life, or so I've heard. Oh, right. I did hear something like that. You never really knew your mother, right? I've heard stories that she was a witch of rare and superb talent. But all this happened before I was born, so stories are all I have to go on. I was really little when she passed away, so I don't remember much about her. But grandmother told me all about this shrine. Deep within, beyond the altar, we'll find the reflecting pool. Gazing into it should light our way. Who doesn't love a conveniently omniscient magical artifact? The writers sure do. So unlike on Erebonia Island, this shrine extends even beyond this altar then. Grandmother should have opened it up already. She'll be waiting for us. So we have round 2 with Rose then. Is everyone ready to go? Almost. I just need a minute. Come, Valimar! Rena's already ready. Not taking any chances, huh? Or is it something else? Let me guess. You wanted the whole of Class 7 together for this. Right. And none of us knows what's going to happen, so it pays to be prepared. I already discussed it with His Highness Mint and the others. Ha! I see now. We really are all here then. Yeah. Well, guess we'd better mosey. Next stop, the altar. Hey, Celine, aren't you going to change into human form? Don't rush me! That can wait until after we talk to Rose. So, I guess we won't be able to have Celine on our party until then. Oh, yeah. Oh. Might as well, right? And I don't think Celine... Yeah, Celine can't cook. Alright, the Luna Shrine. I don't remember what it looked like last time we were here, the interior. But that's okay. She should have something to say. The reflecting pool. Rose has told me about it before. Well, let's just hurry up and head further into the shrine. The sooner this is over with, the better. Emma, I guess. Hold on. We didn't spend all that money on Crow's weapon just to not be able to use him. Let's bench Kurt. Alright, well, whatever. We'll use Emma and Celine if just for how proper it would be. Oh, hold on. Before we do that. Yeah, see? Oh. The Z-Stragas? Sure. Let's give those to her. We can give her the Sorcerer Gloves. Prevent poison, blind, and burn. We need something that'll prevent mute. The Marble Charm. Alright, well, whatever. And then her Orbment. She could definitely use some better stuff. Lanon's Kiss. Sure, why not? And instead of Soul Blur, we can give her... Well, we can give her the Argem Gem. Slot's level is insufficient. I wonder, can we put Lanon's Kiss? Alright, the slot's level is insufficient. Well, we can have the Tamamo Gem, or the Argem Gem right here. Lanon's Kiss right there. Instead of Impassion... Flare Butterfly, but that ups her strength. We'll give you the Cast 2 and an EP Cut 3. Instead of Curia, it'll be an Action 2. And we'll give her Crescent Mirror R. Can't change anything she's rocking. Okay. And as our main caster, damage increased by 85%. EP multiplied. Okay, that's pretty good. Absorb magic attacks. That is absolutely not. Recover HP through attacks and crafts. Okay, recover EP through offensive arts, but Titania and Pandora, then we don't need to have another Mirage Master Quartz equipped. Offensive arts, 55% chance of dealing critical damage. That's pretty good. Can't change hers. Alright, and we can put her on Dunamis. And I guess you can stay on Titania. And instead of being subbed to Minotauros, well, we can have him stay on that. That's fine.
This kind of reminds me of where we fought Crow.
Yeah, looking around, the place does seem pretty familiar.
We may not need to worry about a rivalry this time, but really the only one on edge about this trial Rose has lined up for us?
You should know by now we're ready for anything. Not ready enough that we don't need to save, however. Definitely want to drop one of those bad boys. Alright. Now in we head. So, this is like the gate to the Dark Dragon. What's that? Huh, looks like we got something real weird here. We've seen that crest before, below the old schoolhouse and at the Spirit Shrine during the Civil War. I've seen it in Rufus and Milliam's eyes, too. And let's not forget Major Claire, Major Lecter, and Chancellor Osborne as well. It seems to have some sort of connection to either the gnomes or the Great One. What about the witches? Them too. This crest was used by both the gnomes and the witches until about 900 years ago. But the Hexen clans lost any knowledge regarding its true meaning and uses by now. Dang! Hopefully we can uncover more details about that as we continue with our investigations.
Correct. All you must do is continue to move forward.
Yeah, we definitely have another fight with her coming up. Grandmother, why don't you share some of your great wisdom with us for once instead of keeping us in the dark?
I've been far too busy with my own preparations. Now hurry along inside. And, Celine, you may wish to steel yourself.
I wonder... Okay, I think I've got an idea of what's going to happen with Celine, and it's reminiscent of what happened with Roselia in our first battle. But I'm going to save my, my suspicion for later. Well, I guess that's as good a sign as any. Shall we? Let's go. Hey! I made a valid point! You can't just leave us hanging like that! Reen's got... Yeah, Dunamis... Fortuna... Okay, yeah. Reen can increase their, He can increase their arts attack. So that's good. Go through the gate? Yes, please. Alright, Rose. Fight us already, dude. Unless this is going to be like a maze. Maybe it's going to be like the first game? That transformed space? Or I guess even further back, like the Tetracyclic Towers? Something along those lines. Yeah. This has more of a first game vibe type thing. Or even, no, like the Crossbell games. Luna Sanctuary. Yeah. Let's get our bearings. Yeah. It's a transformed space. Maybe this is, maybe instead of being specifically keyed to a character, it's just keyed to the Luna Sanctuary. We must be deep within the Luna Shrine now. Or perhaps it'd be more accurate to say we've reached its very core. Correct. It's a mystical space outside of our dimension. It's a little different from the spirit shrines during the Civil War. Yes, it would be more similar to the Reverie Corridor, or perhaps the Dark Dragon's Nest.
Yeah?
Is she transforming against her will?
What in the... Why am I...
Oh, wow. That was a nifty trick. Nice one, Catface. Who are you calling Catface, Puddinghead? Anyway, I didn't do anything. It just happened on its own.
I advised you to steel yourself for a reason. The Luna Sanctuary is a hallowed ground that unveils the truth.
Yeah, there's enough mana overflowing in this place that Roselia can assume her true form the whole time rather than just during her S-craft. Rose? Grandmother. What the? Then that means this is Roselia? This must be how she used to look. Yeah, we've actually seen her like this a few times before. Though she's transformed far more early this time than usual.
Indeed. The energies in this sacred realm allow me to assume my original form with ease. And perhaps, even my true form.
Her true form? That must be her final undertaking then. She's probably gonna become like a ball of pure energy or something. Huh? You have another form?
In the depths of the shrine sits the reflecting pool, a holy relic maintained by wandering witches throughout the ages. Mirrored within it are the echoes of the Empire's hidden past, intertwined with the secrets held in the Imperial family's black records. It should show you everything, now that the Great Twilight is upon us.
Okay.
But before you can glimpse into the past, a trial awaits you.
Yeah, that winding path definitely needs to be tread. What does that entail? Man, things can't ever be that easy, huh? I'm guessing it's something like what you did at the Infernal Castle and the Soul Shrine. The ritual has to be preceded by battles. It is the same pattern as always, I see.
It would appear you're finally starting to catch on.
Oh! Vita? We said bye to you just yesterday. What are you doing here?
The reason I had to bid you farewell in the first place was so I could assist Grandmother with her preparations. As such, I will be serving as the opening act for your trial.
Okay, so we gotta beat Vita first.
Oh, and I've brought a guest performer. I do hope you like surprises.
Is it gonna be Blue Block or Maribel? Or Grianos, maybe. A guest performer, I'm not so sure I like the sound of that. Maybe human form Grianos?
This is not quite what I had in mind, but I will allow her to do as she wishes, so long as she fulfills her role. As for yours, aim for the deepest recesses of the shrine as if your lives depended on it, because that may, in fact, be just the case.
Okay. So we're definitely, after we're done with this, we're definitely going to be strong enough to take on the... This is going to be some trial. We are members of Class 7. No challenge will dampen our spirits. Well said. I must fulfill my duty. After all, I am a descendant of one of the 4 great houses. Milliam sacrificed her future for ours. I may not know how to fulfill them, but I won't turn my back on the responsibilities she left. I see. Well, the truth's out there somewhere, so let's find it together. New Class 7, start searching the Sanctuary, the Luna Sanctuary. Emma, Celine, Eustace, I'm counting on you too. Understood. Whatever, let's just get on with it. Do we have to use Eustace? Oh, we do have to use Eustace. Alright, you. And now whose orders are good? Yours. And yours is pretty good too for our specific situation. But Eustace, I was not planning on using. That's not great. I guess it's too late to rag on you for it now. Just make sure your head's on straight when it really counts, got it? My crafts and orders are at your disposal now, so you better make them count. Alright, well, if the game wants us to use Eustace we will use. Yeah, Holy Robe. He'll lose some arts attack, though. Well, it's just 10. We'll get that off you. that off you. Here's your Shining Star Crest, bro. And your Ice Talisman. She's got Deva. He's got Virgo already set there. And then Tempest, critical rate up as it drops. Not useless for him. Sure. And we'll give him... Well, I guess he'll have to settle for the EP cut too. Revolution. Deal bonus damage to high-level enemies. We don't know how much higher level it'll be. We'll give him the Leg Breaker. Cast 2. And instead of this, he needs an action 2. Oh, the action 1 is all we can give him? That's barely anything. Let's take the action 3 off of him. Give that to our boyo here. Alright, and instead of Thalos, we can definitely give him something a little better. What about... Lost Genesis R. That would be good. And... You've got that Ixion Volt R. He'll lose strength, but gain that. Alright. Alright. I like how they're set up. Ooh, let's drop another save, because I don't want to die and then have to redo that. Redo everything we just got him set up with. That would suck. So where are the enemies at? Oh, okay, looks like there's a puzzle element to this.
There!
Fine. I'll fight.
And we're going to be throwing out those... Well, that's the Ancient Stake. There we go. Kiji Munmon.
Take this!
Kiji Munmon, level 116. Evil spirit that invades dreams and draws its power from the moon. Can be revived by moonlight time and time again. Its week's worth, wind, time, and mirage.
It's my turn.
It is your turn, and with the power of a treasure sword, you cannot get them all. Arc Slicer is even stingier. Platinum Shield's pretty good, though. Alright, we'll get
On
you
your
two.
knees.
Taught him a
my
nice
turn.
little lesson. And then we will Fortuna everybody.
Yes!
So that she can do massive overkill. Lenon's Kiss heals allies and charms enemies with a Spirit's Kiss. A 200% chance to charm. Jeez, all stats up large, restores 100 CP. That's pretty good.
Huh?
If I do say so myself.
Ha!
Right.
Here I go!
And then she has Lost Genesis as well. Well, but we'll just have her... Yeah, Cavalry Edge. We don't need to go too crazy. Uh-oh, and Art Support 2 to make it even stronger. I'd be surprised if this didn't, like, deal triple digit or sextuple digit damage, rather. Well, let me not oversell it. Quintuple digit damage for sure. Yeah.
We won, but stay sharp, everyone.
Yeah, Musei was way freaking behind. Eclipse Edge 2. We should probably take a freaking look at her crafts.
This is no walk in the park. Any bright ideas on how to disable that barrier?
It draws its power from all the water in here. There must be some way to counteract it.
It shouldn't pose too much challenge. The trial's only just begun. Let's scout out the area.
Okay. Scouting out the area seems like a good idea to me. Killing this thing seems like an even better idea. Alright, we will... Fortuna, you are going to drop the battle scope this time.
Yeah.
Red Moon Drome, level 117. A gooey monster with crimson coloring reminiscent of a disaster-spelling blood moon. It's weak to time, space, and mirage.
Leave it to me.
In that case, let's get the Lost Genesis on,
It's my turn.
while you go Galleon for it. Don't cancel. Okay, cool. I was like, please don't cancel us, dude. Yeah, this should really friggin' hurt, right? Oh yeah,
Here I go.
one and done's one of them.
Take this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And this Galleon Fort should finish it off. Basically be the end of it. It might not be, but that is a very, very small might. Yeah.
We won, but stay sharp, everyone. I did it.
Emma could definitely, yeah, she's really behind, but I haven't actually used her all game. Okay.
Ready.
Wow. Fairly straightforward. So that's the first one taken care of. Ooh. I see movement, which means I see something that needs to die.
For a lunar shrine, there sure seems to be a lot more water here than anything else.
What? You never heard the moon governs the tides before? The two pretty much go hand in hand.
The moon's reflection in water is often used in divination rituals.
This thing is coming right at us.
Finish this quickly.
Alright. Just like before. A little bit of this action. A little bit of... Oh.
Arcus, activate!
Midnight Onyx, 50% damage reduction. Dang, we should have brought friggin' Sarah.
Shine! Art celebration!
And now we don't need to be buffed, but we do need one of these. Double sickle, huh? Double sickle, level 116. A dark, shrine-haunting ghost that harvests souls with giant sickles. Its howling paralyzes its victims with fear. It's weak to time, space, and mirage.
It's my turn!
Let's have her do her thing. Yeah. It kind of renders what Reem was going to do completely pointless, but... Oh well.
Leave it to me.
Let's... Oh, they're all together, so how about one Treasure Sword? Oh, and Treasure Sword 2 can impede! Golden. Took him long enough.
Quickly, Emma.
Leave it to me!
Strengthening.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt, if not take him all the way out. But their EP is taking a bit of a hit. It's all good though. We don't have too much to worry about. Or we have literally nothing to worry about.
Sharp, everyone.
We should probably put Kaleido on Emma, though. Nah. She'll get the amount of XP she really needs, and then she'll go right back to the bench.
Ready.
Alright, so we can't go forward that way. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not spouting the nonsense. Okay, yeah. Oh, no. The only thing that's really hiding behind that particular barrier is an item. And you know how we are with items. We are as greedy as possible.
There!
Speaking of greed,
Finish this quickly.
we want to kill as well. Sure. We can have her detector beta.
Enemy unit. Analysis complete.
Silver Moon Drome, level 117. A gooey monster, pale and silvery like the moon seen on a clear night. It's weak to time, space, and mirage.
Let's go. Arcus activate.
Well.
Here I go.
Oh, but we can't get that nice critical, though. Most excellent.
An opening.
Leave it to me.
And then you can do the same thing with a
Arcus
galleon
activate.
fort. Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Art Celebration with the free heals to our EP. Definitely gonna be useful. Wow. Maybe we should have dropped the Art Celebration first. Ah, well, we'll be fine. Okay, so we're gonna
restore
need...
You have my thanks.
Oh, they need to hit auto charge too, and soon.
Dark Blade. Please.
All right,
Let's go.
now we can go ahead and bully this thing to death.
Now.
Not so fast.
Sure.
Very well.
Let's issue Arts Celebration again.
Shine. Art celebration.
Very well.
Only thing we wanted was the EP heal,
Now.
especially because we could basically make it back. Yeah, and this
Here
should
I
be
go.
it.
Take this. That should take care of things.
All right, got it. That's how it's done.
So there's a 4-level difference between Reen and Crow and Emma. Ugh. Oh well. We'll build them up. Brave Soul. Now, we definitely do want to try to get the leg up on this thing.
It's
Oh,
powerful. We must take care.
there are a bunch of... Oh, no. That's a Red Moon Drome. Okay. Which we're actually going to avoid fighting. Unless we can get it,
Ready.
unless we can chain the encounters. Oh, we walked right past our target.
Shit.
There we go. Now it's ours. Did I miss any? Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I didn't accidentally run past other ones.
There.
Fine. I'll fight.
Alright, first things first. We issue this.
Shine. Art celebration.
And then Reenie Baby does this.
Ha.
Soul Eater, level 118. An otherworldly soul-devouring fiend. Its attacks sever the link between body and soul, hunts those lost in the shrine. It's weak to water, fire, wind, and space. And it sounds like it can inflict vanish. Definitely want to avoid that. Let's go for the Vorpal Flare.
Flames. Vorpal Flare.
It's my turn.
Alright, and with that, we can only get... Crap. Alright, well,
On your knees.
might as well do it this way, right?
They're open. Quickly, Emma.
And we get that ice. There's one taken care of.
I'm up.
Let's have Reen go for this.
Crimson Slash!
What?
Cool, he didn't die. Now let's hope her lost Genesis isn't complete crap. I'm not expecting it to be, but it might be. Nope. Alright, it was pretty okay. Do another lost Genesis.
I'm up!
Reen will... Let's see Waning Crescent Slash.
Cut through!
Oh! He doesn't say Crescent Slash anymore. Shockquake. Okay, so most of us resist AT delay, but not Emma, sadly. Sure, we can lower Art's defense with Arc Slicer.
Let's go. Away with you!
Only for a single turn, but that's all we need. This should hurt way friggin' more. Come on. Big damage. And we're almost having it broken. There we go. Nice.
It's my turn!
Reen definitely didn't need that, but that's fine.
It's down!
So what we want...
Not so
Oh,
fast.
crap.
Here I go.
That thing... Yeah, let's do... This ups our speed.
Away. Noble arm!
It's my turn. Yeah.
Okay, not enough, obviously, to, like, be on top of that, but...
An opening!
Leave it to me.
Do we want to bank on being able to do 15,000 damage? Let's do
On
another
your
treasure
knees.
sword. Yeah, okay, we got this. Good stuff.
We did it somehow!
Indeed. Let us continue onward.
Alright, well, they have like a... They have a unique shout out, but not a unique link ending. That's okay. Yeah, that should loop. Whoa! That's a new icon. Mechanism. Okay. Mechanism meaning something that we can interact with. We just have to avoid these. Double back. See what's in here.
Oh, a treasure chest.
Aurora Garment. He loses some speed, but that's fine. And the Holy Robe isn't better than the XL jacket. There's no one else we can put it on. Yeah. Dang, Remo's walking around with crap. Wow, okay. An oversight on my part, but now he's back at the top. Do we have enough? There's just the one.
It's big. Let's be careful.
Yeah, definitely. We just want to be able to get... Okay, cool. Nice. This should give us an assault gauge charge.
Ready.
And with the added benefit of opening the way further. Zerum Capsule. Well, that's going to be extremely helpful. But before that, Arts, Holy Breath.
This is nice.
And we are definitely going to... Whoa, there was a second one? I completely didn't see it at all. Emma and Elisa. Okay. If we can do it right now. Elisa's not even...
Tough. Be careful!
Like, Elisa's not even in the party, but okay.
It's my turn.
Alright, so first things first.
Analyzing enemy unit. I got it!
Sayla Kijimunmon, level 118. An evil spirit suffused with moonlight mana. Unable to contain its power, it turns uncontrollably aggressive. Its weak to earth, wind, time, and mirage.
Leave it to me.
If it's weak to Mirage, she can... Well, let's do Zodiac
Spell code,
Force.
Zodiac Force. Leave it to me.
And then they will both... Well, hold on. We're going to have her up her attack. I don't know if her thing is magical or not. Let's take a look. Crafts. Magical. Okay, so she's fine. Which would mean we are going to eat. But let's do the select beef stroganoff for that speed.
Wow, it's good.
All right.
This is my secret weapon. Holy light, gather in my bow. Take this! Gabriel arrow!
Yeah, dude, she is not kidding around.
Repent for your sins.
Okay, and a pretty good amount of damage, too. Nope, we both resist that because we have Zodiac Force up, but still.
Arcus activate. Yeah.
So as long as we keep Zodiac Force up, we'll be fine. The Seilekichi Moonmon won't be able to do anything but jump on us. That is exactly fine with me. Excellent. Stay away. Nice!
It's my
Even though that
turn.
barely did anything, but still. Oh, yeah. Well, nothing we can do about that. We do have a zero order coming up, but that 10% HP heal is much more dangerous overall. We'll be fine though. We just have to not use Palace of Eregion.
It's my turn.
Can we? Let's Vorpal
Burning
Flare.
flames. Vorpal flare.
Okay, there's no way Elisa won't be able to get this kill here. Literally 0% chance we don't get the win. Come on.
I'll restore
Most
you.
excellent.
Thank you.
Well, we're gonna get healed after
Now,
this anyway,
let's keep
but...
going.
No, golden. Rush 2 for both of them.
I did it.
Rosetta Arrow. Cool. Molten Storm 2. Yeah, we haven't used Elisa in a long time. Summon Orbital Gear 2. Oh man, a really long time. Definitely the most crafts we've ever had anyone learn at one time. Zodiac Force has been upgraded to Luminary Force. So Emma got herself a nice little buff right before the big battle. Now, of course, we're going to double back and get this nice little double here. All right, well, we've got you. You as well.
A strong
Crap,
enemy.
whatever.
Be careful.
Luminary Force. Art Attack up L 4 turns. It doesn't cost anymore. I think maybe it was Art Attack up M before, and it only lasted 3 turns? I don't know. Whatever. Noble Arc is still better. Whoa, a
We did
ton
it
of
somehow.
levels.
Indeed.
Link level 5,
Let us
Rush
continue
2.
onward.
Dang. Well, I guess Rush 2 is fine.
No. I did it.
A matter of...
Yeah, I did it.
I must continue to train.
Alright. And that's exactly why you want to chain those battles together. It's just higher quality all over all. It looks like we're almost... There's definitely an upper level to this place. We just have to double back on where we already came from. And now what's beyond here? A snowdrome. Or a snow moon drome or whatever. There's actually... Okay, cool. I was about to say there's literally nothing of interest over here, but we want that. We also want to avoid this thing. Because we can't even get a double encounter. Alright, so this must be where Vita wants to take us on at. Let's customize. We can get the Kagezakura. Let's see. Yeah, we barely have anything. Just the tiniest bit of Sepith mass. Whoa, Gemini Rod. Her arts attack will go up too. So we want to do that. And now we can upgrade her. Or we cannot. We have the Gemini Rod, but in order to make the Polaris Cane, we need 4 more U material. Oh well. Save. Let's go ahead and save over this one. Alright. Now the battle against Vita. Or, hold on. Shit. Almost didn't actually rest. Ooh, that would have been really bad. We still would have triumphed, but it would still have been fairly bad. Alright. Now what does Vita want?
There you are. Are you ready to begin the show?
Yes, ma'am. Can't even enjoy a peaceful walk without someone wanting to fight me. Aren't your hands full without having to deal with us? Well, preparations for Operation Meal Mirage are underway, and I'm dealing with the other Anguis on my trail. I'm more than willing to help out if I'll be getting a glimpse at what the reflecting pool has to show. Additionally, I've taken it upon myself to continue the research carried out by a certain wandering witch, Isola. Mother? You were very attached to her, weren't you? Isola was Emma's mom? What was this task passed from one generation of wandering witches to another? Why, investigating the rivalries and the purpose of the Hexen clan, of course. It was her influence that made me begin my own research, which led to my chance meeting with the Grand Master. I'm doing this to honor her memory, and for Grianos too. So Grianos is not going to be the guest, huh? The familiar slain by Rufus. I understand the part about Isola, but what do you mean about Grianos? Seemed unnecessary on Rufus's part. The reflecting pool served another purpose 800 years ago. Will it revive Grianos? You should ask the Elder about it. Maybe the reflecting pool is what keeps the Elders, or is what gives the Elders their longevity. But you need to defeat me first, as well as one other that awaits you. So there's someone after Vita but before Roselia. Watch out! That's the true power of Ouroboros' second Anguis, the Azure Abyss. Can't she hold back a little? We're on the same side as her sister, damn it!
I wonder, do you truly have what it takes to find the truth hidden among the shadows? To emerge victorious from the rivalries ahead? It's time we put you to the test. Will you slip through my grasp, or fall to the abyss? Yeah! Not so fast!
Friggin' get her.
I'll treat you immediately!
Oh.
You have my thanks.
Very nice. Alright, so we're gonna open up with a Shining.
It's my turn.
And then she's going to Chrono Drive.
Yeah.
See if this won't get Vita off our tails for a little bit.
There! Thank me later.
Thanks.
Auto Curia 3, which is really friggin' good. Alright, now let's issue a little bit of that. Well, actually...
Shimmer! Luminary force! I'm going.
And let's do this.
Analyzing enemy unit.
Because if her attacks are all magic, then...
I got it.
Vita, the Azure Abyss, level 120. Second Anguis of Ouroboros, aiding Roselia and the Viceland army. Provides an ample challenge for the trial. She's not weak to anything in particular.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get us sped up. Kind of grinding through our Luminary Force turns, but that's okay.
Leave it to me.
One lost Genesis.
Here I go.
And then she'll do the exact same.
Blades. Dance for me.
Oh, we still got hurt by that. Nice. Yeah, Rena's just here. Whoa, she's also got... Well, she's shining as well, but... Oh, no, that was Rena I was looking at. She's got some sort of stat down, but I wasn't taking close enough... taking a close enough look to see what it was. We'll peep it in a second. She's unbalanced. Okay, she's got balance down, which makes sense.
Arcus activate. Take this.
We'll honestly just keep hammering her with this, but if her dancing blades aren't affected by Luminary Force, then we might want to just use Art's Celebration.
Leave it to me.
Dang, we might want to issue Art's Celebration right friggin' now.
Shine. Art celebration.
Very well.
Alright, another lost Genesis for the cheap.
There.
But that Chrono Drive did wonders for us. Getting all these turns in prior to poor unboosted Vita. Hopefully she doesn't go freaking crazy on our lives with her next magical attacks, though.
It's my turn.
Another lost Genesis.
Let's go.
While Reen... Dang. Let's have Reen actually drop his S-Craft. Go ahead and show her a thing or two. Not going to unbalance her with this, obviously, but the most important thing is dealing the big damage. All we have to do... She's going to be at about half health after this. She might say her little line, and then we're going to have to worry about her S-Craft, but we'll be fine.
Blades.
Okay, Dancing Blades. So Luminary Force wouldn't have protected us anyways.
Take this.
Nice!
It's down.
Not so
Good thing Reen was standing right next to her.
Yes. Arcus activate. Yeah.
And then Art Celebration is definitely putting in work. See, Reen's already back up to 24 CP. We'll be able to drop his attack again in no time. Another lost Genesis.
There.
The Galleon Fort right afterwards. Jeez, dude, that early Chrono Drive put us so far ahead. Oh, yeah. And it's been quintuple digit damage for each attack. On top of it.
A fine show you're putting on.
It's my turn.
Alright. So now things are getting a little dangerous. A little wild, but even if she does super kill us with her S-Craft, I mean, our backup squad is just going to hop right in, so...
I'll restore you.
Yeah, he desperately needed that.
I'm going.
I wonder, should we reissue
Yeah.
Art Celebration? Well, Eustace won't need it specifically just yet. Wait, is Art Celebration or is Lost Genesis R speeding her down?
Very well.
Delay +4? It sure is. And since we have 2 people using it, okay, on top of us being sped up, we're destroying her turn order. Huh. That's incredibly useful. I thought we were just, like, this was just really putting in work. Okay.
It's my turn.
Nice.
It's down. Let's go, everyone.
Might as well, right? Go ahead and jump Vita really quickly. Yeah, it means we won't be able to reissue Art Celebration, but it's whatever. And Palace of Eregion doesn't give us any type of shield.
I'll restore you.
You have my thanks.
It's my turn.
Yeah. Oh, Absolute Reflect. Let's do it.
Answer my prayers and appear before us.
So we get
Unfolding
2
the
free
Lord Guardian
reflects.
Shield.
Exactly like Grail
A
Sphere.
mirror gleaming in the darkness. Shine, Palace of Eregion.
Alright, Vita, hit us with your best shot, dude, because it's not going to be enough.
Well, if you're going to get so heated about it,
It's my turn.
Alright, so if she gets another turn, she's going to drop us.
Let's go.
It's my turn.
And we're reduced to using Silver Thorns with him, so...
Take this.
Well, it looks like we're going to see what her S-Craft is either way. Yeah.
wonderful, no?
So she's got her own lost art. Very interesting. I would have preferred her to use her S-Craft against us, but oh well.
I'll restore you.
Beggars cannot be choosers. That didn't take her down? She can't have much more than...
How you've grown.
Okay, yeah, I was like, hold on.
I will fulfill my duty as a noble.
All right, got it. That's how it's done.
Level 117. So now, as soon as we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and get our other one. Not bad. Well, it would have been embarrassing if you lost, since it was all of you against little old me. Are you leaving now? I'm a very busy witch. Can't get held up here for too long. Give my regards to the elder and you-know-who. So who is you-know-who? It's gotta be Blue Blanc. Ah, good riddance. She seems keen on lending her aid to the Viceland army. Maybe that's because she can see what the future holds. She has better insight into this than we do, due to being both a witch and an Anguis. We've got a lot to thank her for. Oh, that's right. She mentioned another challenger? Shouldn't you know? Aren't you supposed to be their boss? Well, I'll leave the finer details up to them. We'll just have to roll up our sleeves and deal with it like the rest. One thing's certain. Yes, this battle will be even more difficult than the last. Huh, I don't mind in the slightest. Agreed. I will strive to reach even a portion of her skill as a master of 2 schools of swordsmanship. So the next one is Aurelia? And not a, I thought it was going to be another witch. I'm ready for it. Let's keep going. I guess. Alright, that's another double sickle, which means it's another fight we're not interested in. Nope. Ooh. Don't mind if we
a
do.
treasure chest.
Albion Wolf R. She doesn't need it, and he also doesn't need it. Alright, well. We'll just let it rest at Galleon Fort. And while we're here, let's make sure Orbment... So they're both set for Pandora. Well, Virgo Pandora. They're both doing the same thing. So... Tanya, Dunamis. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody else has other stuff on. Oh, nope. Don't come near us. You, though, we will kill. Not the Kiji Munmon. That's a little too pipsqueak for us to care about. We'll destroy those items after we kill the, I've forgotten what that thing is called. Oh, that's something completely different! But either way, we're gonna break those when we actually need the assault gauge charges. For right now, though, let's go ahead and get the drop on it.
Fine, I'll fight.
Alright, so we're gonna open up with one battle skill.
Take this!
Luna Abyss, level 118. A shrine monster that devours interdimensional walls, writhing with such force that the whole shrine shakes. It's weak to earth, wind, and mirage.
It's my turn.
So since you're weak to
Arcus
mirage,
activate.
Very well.
we just got the silver thorn for you, but
I'm up.
and those treasure chests are thankfully very hardy.
Crimson
Doesn't matter what we throw at them, they stay completely intact. And Emma's gonna get the 5, dude. 5 free BP, exactly what we needed.
It's my turn.
Let's go ahead and
Take this!
get those 2 additional BP while we can.
An opening. Strengthening.
Yeah!
It would be nice if we had more time, but we probably should have chrono drived with a... Yeah, a chrono drive with her would have been best. Oh well. Still plenty
It's my
old
turn.
damage. And let's do Avalon Hearts
Avalon Heart!
It's my turn.
with Treasure
On your
Sword.
knees.
Nice.
Now. Quickly, Emma!
Yep, we definitely just burned through all that BP we got. But it was worth it though.
It's my turn.
One waning crescent slash with that 30% chance unbalanced.
Now.
Not so fast!
Yes!
And Eclipse Edge has a plus 30% chance to unbalance.
Please.
That's actually pretty good.
Now!
There!
Enhanced. Dang. The Earthquaker, which is going to attempt to delay us.
Not so fast!
But of course, she can counterattack from
Here I
way downtown.
That should take care of things.
Yeah. So Muse is almost the same level as Reen and Crow were when we entered this place.
Looks like we hit the jackpot.
Phantom Moon Shoes. They are women only. In that case... Whoa, and they are inferior to the Z-Stragas. We'll give her the Phantom Moon Shoes and give the Z-Stragas to Reen. Yeah. Nope, no holy boots for you. She'll lose movement and evasion. Nah. So that went pretty well, all things considered. And now we can go ahead and get these.
There.
Exactly as Adios intended. Already went down that away. Next up is this away. We need more caution encounters. Those are the ones that are worth fighting every single time.
Ready.
Do we have one up here? No. Alright, well, whatever. There's actually nothing on this particular platform that we're interested in. That sucks. So, I'm wondering... Well, Kurt's comment only makes sense if Aurelia is the one who comes up. Or it might be both Aurelia and Bardius.
Shit!
We'll see.
Shit!
Oh, cool. Nice. Hold on. Before we do that, though. Let's use a... We have plenty of EP charges. Yeah. You guys could use some help out on that front. Then one of these. And then immediately more EP charges. Alright, that's good enough. Especially for dealing with you.
The straw should take care of things.
More new levels, and Virgo, first one to level 8. Diamond Nova, perfect. 60% chance to deal crit damage. 8% damage is HP.
Well, I did it!
A matter of course.
Platinum Shield 2 can now be used. Cool.
Yeah, I did it! I must continue to train.
So now that uses can impede, the overall quality of his crafts have gone up entirely.
Hey-ya!
Might as well do that. Uh-oh. Probably not supposed to still be walking like that, but that's okay. And now these. Dragon Incense. Okay. Pretty good. Now that we've gone down, gotten that set, we can go forward here. Another heal spot. We can buy... Well, we can buy Uses his weapon, I think. Yeah. We got a tiny bit more Sepith Mass. Purchase, buy. Uses, you... Well, that only ups his strength, so we actually don't want to get the Joyuse. He's mostly not doing that. Alright. So just resting is the name of the game. That's fine. We're okay with that. Drop another save. This time over this one. Yeah. So is it going to be Aurelia? Yeah, okay. So it's not witches, it's Viceland army commanders.
I see you're still raring for a fight.
Alright. Uh-oh. It's kind of you to find some time for us in your busy schedule. I'd rather she didn't. You took care of the Pantagruel for me, which freed up some of my time. I wish I could fight Master, but that is impossible at the moment. As thanks for the Pantagruel, I'll serve as a warm-up before you face your next trial. It'll be like killing two birds with one stone. Ha! You sure know how to make people feel special, huh? Principal Egwene, we accept your challenge. We've got more people, but we're not shooting ourselves in the foot just to make things fair. Ha! You think that makes a difference to me? Oh, well. What the? Her battle aura is... I am the Golden Rakshasa. It was neither my sword nor my Panzer Soldat which inspired this title. It was both this brilliant aura that shines around me and the ferocity with which I wage war. A fitting name for one who shines on the battlefield, not simply as a soldier, but as a peerless general. Fitting indeed. There may be many of you, but you'll need all your strength to triumph over me. Just as it will be with the Jaeger King and the Lance Maiden. You must prove yourselves here, especially if you wish to triumph over the Blood and Iron Chancellor, he who rules this turbulent era. Yes, they're all unparalleled commanders in their own right. I get it. So this is a test to see if we can beat someone who's on their level. We must succeed here if we're to defeat my brother as well. We will overcome you today, General Aurelia Le Guin. You may be one of the most powerful generals and sword masters Erebonia has ever seen, but you'll find yourself outmatched this time.
Brave words. But remember, you face the Golden Rakshasa, the warlord who leaves entire battlefields trampled in her wake. You will kneel before my blade. I won't hold back.
Bro.
Fight as though your lives depend on it.
You know how much I would pay for a prequel game about her and Wallace's time at the school? That would be so awesome. All right, first things first. Let's do a little bit of this. Whoa, okay, her swipe pushed her out. We'll have Reen pick Celine,
It's my
and then
turn.
have Celine move to a more central location.
Ha!
I'm not gonna lie, that zero order would have been nice, but
Turn to dust. Prismatic flame.
holy crap,
Very well.
she sat her down. Oh my god. Let's Mandrake soup her. All right.
Thank you.
Maybe some of those complete immunities won't be so bad, but we gotta chrono drive first.
Take this.
And I think after this should be Art Celebration.
I'm up.
Maybe not on Reen's turn. Yeah, on Reen's turn we can go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
Can she impede? I think she can. Principal Le Guin, level 120, the Golden Rakshasa, a warrior with unparalleled skill in body and mind, wielding her prized sword. She's not weak to anything in particular.
It's my turn.
Alright. A little bit of this action,
Art celebration.
I'm going.
and then let's go in with, well, if Diamond Nova is stronger than Galleon Fort, yeah, S+. Alright, so it's Diamond Nova we'll stick to,
Leave it to me.
while he will lost Genesis.
Not on my watch.
Dang,
Damn
dude.
you.
She can't dodge to save her friggin'
Here I
life.
go.
Another lost Genesis.
It's my
And
turn.
Reen is gonna have to play make sure Emma doesn't friggin' die. The Fairy Tale plate will do magic reflect, but we need something that ups her defense. We should cook after this too. The chances of me remembering that I said that are fairly low though. There we go, one rainbow meal crepe.
Yeah.
At least Reen's gonna get another turn after this.
Yeah.
Now let's see if we might be able to push General Le Guin's turn order down at all. We should be able to get her all locked up.
There.
Nope, okay. I mean, that did affect it, but not all that much. Well, making sure that Emma's defense was buffed was the most important thing. Nice, and those criticals. Can't say no to those.
Not so fast.
Gotcha.
Take this.
And another lost Genesis on the house. Reen's probably gonna have to Shining after this. Nah, we'll be fine for a little bit longer.
Turn to dust.
Another Prismatic Tetrablade. Jeez, Emma!
It's down.
Taking all those hits on the friggin' chin.
It's my turn.
Here I go.
She is petrified. Oh, crap. How does Prismatic Tetrablade even do that? Well, whatever. Where are... There we go, Mandrake Soup.
Take this.
had to take a time out of her busy schedule dropping Lost Genesis R's to help her out. But if we'd known that she could friggin' petrify, we'd have come in prepped for that. Petrified and slept. Well, at least we got the crit on that.
It's my turn.
Yep. Go ahead and Diamond Nova.
Here I go.
Another Lost Genesis out of you.
Leave it to me.
Same thing from you.
Arcus, activate.
Uh-oh.
Strengthening.
She's probably gonna heal herself.
There.
Dang. Hopefully it's not more than 6, 7, or 8,000. Okay.
Take this.
At the very, very least, that 43,000 covered whatever she could heal. That 13,000 should as well.
I'm only just getting started.
A Tyrrell. 14,000? 20,000. Alright, well.
I'm up.
Nope. Reen will not allow that. Nice.
Down. Let's go, everyone.
Leave it to me.
So that was definitely less damage than simply... Oh, it ended because he didn't have enough to use... okay, well... Well, he still has enough for Diamond Nova, but we need to Shining first. Military Might.
It's my turn. Get ready to pounce.
Thanks. You have my thanks.
Okay. Fairly expensive, but that's fine. She's not using her CP for anything else.
I'll restore you.
You have my
Alright,
thanks.
we probably wanted him to do his complete immunity, but... I mean, as long as we're here...
Shine. Art celebration. I'm going.
Might as well go ahead and get to attacking.
Arcus, activate.
Show me you can withstand this.
This is gonna be bad. Nobody's defense upped.
Your end comes. Rakshasa onslaught.
Oh yeah, killed everybody.
Watch and learn.
I'll take over.
Leave it to me.
Alright, well, that wasn't supposed to happen, but hey. The first team did half of it, and now this team can do the other half.
All right.
Get her. So we can issue something that's not Art Celebration.
I'll handle this.
Alright. Damage plus 20%.
Cut him down. Chaos Raven.
My turn.
I'm going.
And you... Well, let's have her up her own arts attack first. And then we'll have her use Frozen Epoch. That's only small. Nope. Medium. Let's do it. And that plus 20% damage is also going to be pretty good. Alright, Aurelia. Your reckoning is nigh.
Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Okay, we don't also have him set up to be able to La Forte, but that's fine.
There.
Now this is probably not going to be all that impressive because she's currently got that Starburst buff, whose name escapes me. That enhanced buff. Why was Vita... When Vita did it, it was called Icicle Meteor. Dang, that wide swing.
I'll handle this.
You sure will. Crap.
Hesitated.
Get some, dude.
It's my
Alright, we're gonna have to stand her back up. What was it that cured KO? Yeah, Noble Risotto. And something that Reen makes also gives us CP, but...
So tasty.
My turn.
Alright. A little bit of this action, and then have them both go in.
Here we go.
So they're not going to be able to move for a second, but we'll be fine that way. I mean, not we'll be fine, but if she gets to dropping us like crazy...
Shoulder the cross of defiance. Cross rebellion.
Come on, dude. Your buff's gone. Should be good to go. We probably should have saved Frozen Epoch for after her buff was over. Because now she's not going to be able to use it again and deal more damage. Oh well. The B team will definitely be able to take things from here. Uh-oh. Yeah, we definitely want to impede. Whoa!
I'm going.
Uh-oh. Let's do... Yeah, let's do one of these, because we're about to be severely hurt.
You have my thanks.
Thank you.
Dynast Sunder. Crap. The stat down.
Thank you. Yes.
Alright, let's have her support with a Shining.
Turn to dust.
Oh my god.
Sucker. Back at you.
Well, frozen in place.
My turn.
Alright, you've got to Mandrake Soup her so she can actually do something on her next turn.
Yeah.
At least Laura's going to be an easy target to Shining so that everybody can get nice and sped up. Let's actually have, yeah, her crest.
It's my turn.
Because the crest would definitely help out right about now.
Arcus, activate.
Let's go.
Get her, Laura. Alright, something for the massive amounts of physical damage she's putting out.
I appreciate it.
My turn.
And you can re-up on everybody's Chrono Drive, even though a breath is kind of what we really need. Alright, so now we're a bit dodgier, and when we do get hit, we're going to take less damage altogether. We should probably have Yuna charging our BP too.
My turn.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Burning heart.
Okay, it's barely any damage, but still better than none.
My turn.
It's my turn.
I don't know why I wasn't raging firing. It is genuinely a mystery to me as to why I did not do that. Well, we gonna have her do the breath, everybody.
Turn to dust.
Oh man. Well. Oh. But it did petrify Crow.
Thank you.
So that wasn't all that great.
It's my turn.
Let's go ahead and give him the nice Mandrake Soup. Or he's actually already at full health, so we just want to Curia Balm instead. As soon as we can find it. There we go. 41 Curia Balms to our name.
Thanks.
There we go.
All right.
Yes, now let's do this.
Raging fire formation. All right.
Let's go.
It makes just attacking a lot better.
It's my turn.
I think instead of going in, we're gonna have Yuna eat something to give her that 30 additional CP. Nope, we need the 30, not over 2 turns, we need it right now. Alright, well whatever, we'll go for the ripe tomato pizza.
Man, that's good.
Alright, Yuna. Make us proud, dude. 20,000 damage? Can we make that happen? You know how awesome that would be? I'd settle for at least 5 digits. As long as we can get 5-digit damage in, I'll be happy. Nice! Way better than I could have asked for. One more turn. Of Raging Fire. In that case, it should go to her. This should do about 10,000 still. In fact, if we'd had Laura use it before Aurelia's last turn, we likely would have won. But that's okay. Yeah, 7K.
My turn.
Ooh, just barely not enough.
It's my turn.
Show me you can withstand this.
Bro, again? We're dead. Well, Yuna might not be. She's got Keeper and Minotauros on. So Yuna will probably end up one-on-oneing her, but everybody else is friggin' dead. Yeah.
I was careless. Why? No.
All right, well,
Leave it to me.
there goes the B team, but
Leave
the
it to
A
me.
team is back in action, baby.
My turn.
It's like they never left.
Now.
Not so fast. It's my
Crap.
turn. Yeah.
All right. If I'd taken her military might more seriously, then we would have issued Black Tortoise formation and survived it.
Splendidly done.
I will fulfill my duty as a noble.
They didn't get any XP off of that. Oh, that was a major oversight on my part. Whoops. 0 for Scold, Minotauros, and Regulus. Oh, I'm gonna probably redo that battle. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna let that stand.
Got it.
Not right now.
A matter of course.
But yeah, that was a lot of precious XP that I just let fall by the friggin' wayside. We managed somehow. Yeah, we passed the test, I'd say. Oh. So they keyed something magical to this victory. The Sanctuary has accepted you. But one more trial awaits you ahead. You've made it this far. Don't lose now. That's Vita's teleportation skill. Yes, I've seen it before. Thank you for your time, General. Good luck with Operation Meal Mirage. Rest assured, it is in excellent hands. Take care, Your Grace. Farewell, Schwarzer. It's been a pleasure, new Class 7. Perhaps our paths shall cross again. Goodbye. Bye, and thanks! Woohoo! Another victory for us! Yeah, just one more big battle left. Do you think that's going to be Roselia? The Hexen clan's legendary elder who's been alive for over 8 centuries. If she's got her original form back, does that mean she's recovered her full power? Don't forget, she mentioned something about her true form. Grandmother keeps many secrets, even from our clan. The truth about Celine and Grianos, for example. Hey, speculation won't lead us anywhere. But I'll be with you every step of the way, so you'd better be as committed to this as I am. Yeah, you got it. Alright, let's go. Yeah. That was oh my gosh, that was so bad. Oh, is this going to take us directly there? Is there going to be an entire second half of this all for Roselia? Or is this going to just take us directly to, like... Alright, altar. Yeah. So this is just going to take us to the run-up to her. And I did say we were going to cook. So let's cook everything that we've got. We want the supreme curry. So let's have rain
Let's do
to
this.
it. And then strength defense up M. We want the rich berry shake.
Initiate cooking mode. Better than I expect, yes.
Some mind lead kisses wouldn't be bad either, but cure ailments and stat down. All right, we need that power tomato
Let's give
shake.
this a try. Perfectly made. I'm quite proud of this.
The medicinal blend rice. That arts, yes. And let's have Yuna do it. 1 grandma's cheeky tart, maybe? Nice. The delicious fish pie we're not worried about, yeah. Alright. We'll be fine there. Alright, so a little bit more rest. And then, like I said, this battle, everything from the rest of the episode as far as XP wise is definitely not gonna stick. But only thing left is the fight with her. So let's make a completely fresh save. And then it's gonna be time. Right.
So you've arrived at last. Well done.
Hello, Grandmother.
Is that the reflecting pool?
Yes. Though the proper name for it is the Spectral Moon Mirror.
All we have to do is take a glimmer in there.
The water's so crystal clear.
So this is what the Wandering Witches spent so many generations watching over.
Now I see. It's actually an artifact, isn't it?
Oh, that would make sense.
For real?
It does emanate a certain aura, not unlike that of the Bell of Crossbell.
Very astute. That particular artifact was passed down through the Croix family. It is but one of many. The tetracyclic towers of Liberl, the recluse cube of the Liberarch, the black records of the Arnor family.
The black records count as artifacts?
Even Prince Olivert's sonorous seashell.
Legend says Adios bestowed artifacts to a number of different groups back in the days of yore.
Which would mean this mirror was the artifact consigned to the witches.
Correct. The Spectral Moon Mirror works in tandem with the Black Records, and is itself connected to the spirit shrines scattered about the land.
So we absolutely want to take a nice little peek into it.
It is also the source of the many visions you have experienced.
Really? So okay. So we were kind of looking into the Spectral Moon Mirror even as far back as CS2. I getcha. Yep.
Nevertheless, it is quite a rarity for its powers to manifest, even for us witches. But everything changed the moment we congregated together in this shrine.
Our presences here activated it?
Emma, the Wandering Witch, and Celine, her familiar. Schwarzer, the Cursed Sacrifice, and I, the Elder of the Hexen Clan. The Great Twilight is upon us, and a frenzied thirst for blood sweeps over the land.
So we're really doing this?
We're really taking on Vita. I mean, Roselia.
Red Moon Rose, the true ancestor of the vampires.
The term vampire is little more than slander. A myth that masks the reality of my kin.
A reality she's definitely gonna lay bare for us right now.
Although, when it comes to manipulating vitality, I suppose there is a hint of truth to the tales.
That's what Roselia's true form is?
The hell?
Yeah.
A holy beast.
So Roselia is actually a holy beast?
You're...
What? All this time I thought she was actually related to Emma. Like she was their great-great-great-great-great-grandmother or whatever.
the origin of Grianos and myself.
Roselia was the name once borne by an ancient creature.
So was she just borrowing its form?
1200 years ago, it fused with the kin of Fire's elder to prevent a great calamity of their time. This creature was the holy beast sent forth by the goddess, the Burning Sphinx.
Keeper of the Flame, Roselia the Burning Sphinx. So we can definitely see where Grianos and Celine got their looks from.
Grandmother.
Dear old mom.
So you're the one the church has been searching for. The other holy beast, long thought to have disappeared.
Damn, who would have guessed?
Exactly, like, the other holy beast was down there with its mind friggin' lost, and then one was the Hexen clan's elder.
As I have already stated, I am not the first to bear the name Roselia. The original disappeared 900 years ago, likely due to the gnome's betrayal.
Her predecessor.
I began my existence as a familiar, not unlike Celine.
Really? Huh.
What?
So, Roselia was doing the same. Okay, I see.
My predecessor showed me this place, telling me to return here should anything happen to her. I obeyed, and when I arrived, the Spectral Moon Mirror allowed me to inherit a part of her memories, as well as her mission. Thus did I become the second Roselia.
Come to think of it, that bird Vita used to own had azure wings just like those.
Yeah.
So both familiars were made in the image of the holy beast that created them.
Now I understand why you wanted Celine to come here.
She wants Celine to be the third Roselia?
Indeed. The great twilight is upon us, and our clash with the gnomes draws ever closer. Given the state of the world and the coming of the rivalries, nothing is guaranteed. As such, should the worst come to pass, Celine is to serve as my successor.
But that would mean... Rose, just what are you planning to do?
Her final undertaking, dude. She definitely is planning to die.
Nothing so drastic as dying, I assure you.
Oh.
But we must account for every possibility.
Well then, never mind.
Filling the air with strife will cause the reflecting pool to show us visions linked to the Black Records.
So we gotta fight for our information.
Having a wandering witch and the ultimate sacrifice here should allow us to see the truth of this curse in its entirety.
I see. We need to uncover the full vision. All the glimpses we saw in the other shrines were just pieces of it.
And in order to trigger it, we need to fight.
So we're really going to fight you, without holding anything back.
If we hold anything back, she will literally turn us into smears, so let's not do that.
Precisely. Now, enough dawdling.
Whoa! What a formidable aura.
But we can't back down now. Right. It's now or never.
Class 7s, new and old. It's time to face our greatest trial yet.
We'll prove the time Milliam bought for us was not in vain.
We will fight to uncover the hidden truth. I've got a few choice words to say about all this, Rose, but I'll fight you first and complain later.
Then come, children. Face me with the full extent of your strength. We shall see how you fare against the Hexen clan's elder. I, a holy beast of the goddess, Roselia, the Burning Sphinx.
Oh, crap.
Come forth, lest hesitation be your undoing.
Perpetual Flame. Splendid Flame. And it inflicts Confuse.
It's my turn.
Alright, let us... Well, let's Fortuna them.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have Celine heal Eustace. Oh, okay. So we just get passive burn damage. Crap. She does not have Curia, so instead it'll be the Mandrake. Soup. There we go. Now, depending on how this next turn goes,
It's my turn.
let's go ahead and issue that Raging Fire.
Raging fire formation.
It's my turn.
All right, and then let's see what we got.
Analyzing enemy unit. Analysis complete.
Holy Beast Roselia, level 121. Roselia in her Holy Beast form, resembling a winged Black Panther. Her overpowering aura intimidates even Class 7. She's not weak to anything in particular. Okay, cool. We were gonna have to do something.
Sorry.
Very well.
Let's go ahead. Get to Lost Genesising.
It's my turn.
She can Chrono Drive everybody.
It's my turn.
Reen will slash.
Take this.
Reen's strength isn't upped or anything like that.
Yes.
Crap, all this passive damage. We definitely need someone who's Holy Breathing, but first, Reen's gonna attack.
My mind is clear. My blade empty.
But yeah, not having anyone who can drop breath on a dime is pretty bad. Or even if I had someone with Mobius set. If only we could change what Celine has equipped. We'd have put Mobius on her in a heartbeat. Oh well. How about some of that Lost Genesis action? Hellfire Stream. All cancel.
See you later.
Wow.
Thanks.
All right.
Here I go.
Let's go ahead and Chrono Drive again.
Strengthening.
Now, if she gets another turn, we're screwed. That is a 10% HP heal, which is going to undo a lot of the work we just put in. Not to say it's not too shabby on her part. Emma is definitely putting in massive amounts of damage. Okay, cool. Radiant Breeze.
Sorry.
Leave it to me.
Let's... Do we have something that restores EP? Plus 200 EP? Yeah. Let's go ahead and Quintet Pie.
Not bad.
It's my turn.
And then she'll have to Mandrake Soup herself.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect what we're trying to do at all. But
It's my turn.
all right, another Diamond Nova. Oh crap.
Very well.
Oh well. We've already missed out on it, so let's have him hop in there.
It's my turn.
There's no way around it. But we can La Forte them. Yeah. Having Celine do her thing from the back line. Definitely our best bet. Oh well, bye Zero Order. Okay. Whoa! But it petrified him! We don't know what else she tried to do, but... well... at least it didn't work out, right?
I'm up!
Okay, Reen's gonna have to Mandrake Soup him. Yeah, we can't have you just standing there not doing anything, dude.
You have my thanks. It's my
But now that we're up close and personal,
Arcus,
do a
activate.
little bit of this action.
It's my turn.
A little bit of Raging Fire.
Raging Fire formation!
Here I go.
And she can Cavalry Edge. Another Splendid Flame.
I'm up!
Crap. And it's both of them, too. Recuria would be nice right about now. Not gonna lie. But them both being confusable.
You have my thanks. Leave it to me.
Alright. Let's try this. Well, let's try and fish for an art celebration. Oh, crap. We should have done that.
Yeah.
Now Reen's gonna have to spend his next turn doing the same thing. Oh well, at least Celine's gonna get a turn too.
I'm up.
Alright, let's go ahead and Mandrake Soup you so the same thing doesn't happen.
Thank you. It's my turn.
Sure, another Cavalry Edge.
Not on my watch!
Thank me
So
later.
that forces us all the way apart.
It's my turn.
We're just trying to get an unbalance in. Let's go for Waning Crescent Slash.
Cut through!
Nice, got it, finally.
Not so fast. Yeah.
Alright, oh, and she'll be able to move again immediately, but the only thing is, we're all spread apart, so it's not going to be possible to speed everybody up again. But that's okay.
It's my turn.
Let's have you issue... Wait, does Luminary Force protect us against her thing?
Luminary Force.
If it doesn't, that's gonna be really bad.
Yes.
A Galleon Fort from you. It does not, alright.
It's my turn.
Oh no, wait, did that heal us?
Take this.
Don't tell me Luminary Force completely gimps Roselia. That'll turn this battle from like an actual struggle into a complete joke.
Strengthening.
Yeah.
But the only problem is our EP totals, dude, are really crap. We'll see though. We'll have Reen run from person to person. He'll play Item Mule. Why not?
I'm up.
Let's do 300. We don't have all that much. Well, when else are we ever going to really get an opportunity to do this?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's healing us.
Here I go.
Wow. Let's do a little 9 lives action.
Thanks. You have my thanks.
Thank you. I'm going.
And she can get right back to Diamond Nova Ing.
I'm up.
We'll just use one of these for her.
Ha!
I appreciate it.
Very well.
Now with a 0 order. Let's reissue Luminary Force.
Luminary Force.
Leave it to me.
And sure, we're running low on EP, but we can do whatever we want.
There.
Roselia can't touch us. Who thought this was a good idea? Well, the battle is over, dude. All right, well.
Oh, is this as far as your power goes?
Uh-oh. Hold on.
It's my turn.
Let's make sure that everyone's arts defense is high. Ooh, 1 mirror pie.
Ha!
Or actually, we should probably Palace of Eregion. Two different things going on, but it's all good still. Hopefully this works anyways.
I'll restore you.
Emma, we're counting on you, dude. Please let Palace of Eregion also counter what she's about to do. It's gonna be really bad if she hits through this. It's gonna be a friggin' repeat of Vita. But we'll take it more seriously this time. Which hopefully shines through with us dropping the Palace of Eregion here. Alright, so that's the enhance.
Here I go.
And we don't like...
Very well.
We should absorb before anything else.
I'm up.
And Reen is going to mirror... Where's that mirror pie at? There we go. Let's make sure that Emma is set up with the other mirror pie. Okay. So it ate through our absolute reflect. Yeah, and it did look like it was more physical than anything else. So Eustace dropping the physical immunity would have been better. The Palace of Eregion still did its job. Can't lie about that.
Yeah.
We're going to have to reissue Luminary Force right after this. And Emma is going to have to... Dang. Her speed is really friggin' low, but I guess she does only have an action too.
It's my
Alright,
turn.
we're at about half health. So while she's in this state, we're not going to waste our we're not going to waste our EP. Perpetual Flame.
I'm up.
Alright, we will, however, do it for this though.
Shimmer, luminary force.
I'm up.
Yep, and it heals us instead.
Very
oh,
well.
Is it healing us? Hold on. No, it's not healing us. Alright, well, I guess it can't be too OP.
Yes.
Dang.
Take this.
We would have preferred to have gotten hit by that. But while we're here, let's do a little bit of La Forte action.
Leave it to me.
And he can... What was it? Yeah, the Quintet Pie is actually best suited for recovering our EP.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Crap, dude. This Perpetual Flame must be friggin' nice. Nice. And we know it's physical immunity we want now anyways.
Divine Shield, protect us!
And HP recovery. Splendid Flame again.
Take this.
That was really
Let's go.
Good. Let's get that heightened unbalance chance, which didn't do anything for us. Treasure Sword. There we go. We just need to be able to reissue Luminary Force. Alright.
Yes.
So that consumed that, but...
Shimmer, luminary force. Yes.
let's have her go ahead and just get back to Diamond Nova aim. Nice.
Not so fast.
All we needed.
Let's go. Shit.
Alright, sure. Let's have Ring drop the Ashen Crimson Leaves. He should hit the 200 CP As soon as her turn is over. If we get 198, dude, I'll seriously screwed us. Yes, awesome.
My mind is clear.
Ooh.
Empty.
All we needed. I wonder who. I don't know, dude, but I guess they really wanted to key this battle to a party of Eustace, Emma, and Celine. That's the only way I can think of for her to be hard countered by everything they can do like this. Eye in the dark.
What?
Cool, but we resist that, so didn't work. That's a C+ power, also C+, but Silver Thorn is cheaper.
Here I go.
That's what we'll be doing.
I'm going.
And then we can't use Diamond Nova again, but we can Flare Butterfly. All right, everybody, get in on this.
It's my turn.
Another Silver Thorn. We probably could have just had Eustace drop his S-Craft, but we'll see. We'll let it be for right now. Cool, 15,000.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. You've got Eustace backing you up too. 40,000.
Impressively done.
Well, we can basically...
We won, but stay sharp, everyone.
Yeah. Force so many of her things to be irrelevant. Crescent Mirror. Alright. Damage increased by 90%. 100% or 50% chance to do crit damage. Lost Genesis. 130% chance. Plus 12. Holy Breath. 350%. Alright. Scold is a good one. Megalith Fall. 65. This is why you want to spread them as thin as possible. Rush 2. Nice.
All right, got it.
Well, I did it.
A matter of...
That's how it's done.
Yeah, I did
Oh my gosh. Summon Draken 2. Oh.
I must continue to train.
But yeah, we got what we wanted. Now the Spectral Spiral Mirror...
How'd you like that, huh?
Whatever is ours.
That was tough, but I think we did it.
I didn't expect you to be able to hold your ground so fiercely, children. Now I understand how Ragnar and must have felt after facing your kind.
Oh! Ragnar and Argris? Alright.
Huh? I know of the ancient dragon, but the other name...
Yeah, unlike with Reen, we don't know anything about that one.
It sounds similar to that of the Steel Maiden's Divine Knight.
Oh! So maybe Argreon? So Argris and Argreon... Oh, yeah.
It is a name that has passed from this world into oblivion. But back to the matter at hand. You have all passed the trials set before you. As for what comes next, you had best brace yourselves.
Okay. The Spectral Moon Mirror.
The Spectral Moon Mirror. It's
calling us.
I'll guide us through. Everyone get ready. What is this?
The fragments of the past preserved in the Black Records. A reality even I have yet to see. Do not avert your eyes. This is the truth.
Okay, so everything about Dreichels is about to come to light. Oh, maybe not.
Damn it! Why? How could the boss just leave us like this?
He told us to take care of Fee. He must have been prepared for this. The boss dragged Baldur the War God straight down to Gehenna with him. I'm sure he's happy about that.
What is that? That looks like a cell phone in front of his grave.
And yet,
What a shame. It would seem I failed to make it in time.
Okay, and here's where Alberic approached them.
You.
Ain't you that guy from the workshop?
Why, yes. Oh, I do hope our S-weapons are serving you well. I have a certain proposal that you might find of interest. And as it so happens, everything we need to execute it can be found nearby. If all goes well, it may be possible to bring your boss back to life.
What was that?
Now you're just talking crazy.
Apparently, he was not.
Very well. I cannot fault your suspicion. Perhaps the Red Constellation would be interested in having their leader back instead.
Nope. Not gonna let you do that. Actually, that would be interesting. What if Zeno and Leo had said no, and instead, Randy would have gotten his dad back?
There is, after all, only room for one in this deal.
Okay, so whoever they revived would have become the Awakener of Zector. It could have been him or the War God.
Congratulations on completing your trial.
Okay, they skipped over the how.
I trust you understand your situation, Rutger Clausel.
Yeah, let me see if I got this straight. I get to pilot Zector, one of the fragments of the Great Power. Which means, somehow or another, I ended up being the chosen sap. But not by old Palatinate over there, per se. You set me up, didn't you?
Oh, and what makes you say that?
Don't play dumb. I know you've been giving weapons to both us and the Red Constellation.
Yeah, playing both sides.
Wouldn't be any of my business ordinarily, but when I fought Baldur, I realized something strange was going on. We duked it out for 3 days and 3 nights straight. Guys gotta wonder how that's even possible. And on top of that, this big thing just happened to be sleeping right next to where we died.
Oh, so he orchestrated it, so I see.
I can't even remember why we chose that place for our final showdown. But it's obvious to me now. You've been the one pulling the strings behind our backs this whole time.
To put him in a position, in this position, basically, where he either got Rutger or Baldur as Zector's Awakener. And that evil laugh means that it is true.
Relinquish it to me. It belongs to me. Your soul, your entire being.
Is that Zector? No.
You never do tire of this, do you? You are the embodiment of delusion. Repulsive, without a single shred of dignity, unlike Valamar.
Wait, why is he saying that? Why is he bringing Valamar into the conversation?
Compared to me, the Ashen Knight is nothing more than scrap metal. Accept it. You, with the heart of a lion, deserve better. You alone deserve to pilot me.
Who is that? So that's a divine knight and not a manifestation of the curse?
Drykles?
And wait, so Leanne knows this?
The Argent One comes.
Okay, Leanne doesn't know.
But it matters not. You shall never escape my grasp. No matter where you flee, your weary soul will never find refuge.
Drykles, what was that just now?
It's been an age and a half, Leanne. You haven't changed at all from when I last saw you. No, if anything, you're more beautiful than ever.
Your flattery won't work on me. I assume you heard what became of me from Rose?
Indeed. She told me of your revival and how you'd left Erebonia in secret.
Wait. So what, is that a prerequisite? No, because Reen and Cedric have definitely never died. Or maybe Cedric did die? Reen, we know for sure, never died, though. But Leanne did die.
What a heartless woman you are. We promised to grow old together. Yet you've left me here to grow old on my own.
Even so, my thoughts have always been with you.
Doesn't he have a wife and kids? Okay. Let's not think about that for right now, though.
You and Evelyn's children have grown up splendidly. Your bloodline will surely be blessed with many descendants. I regret that I could not have given you the same. Nevertheless, I am truly happy for you.
Leanne.
Now please, tell me, what was that earlier? That horrible darkness hanging over you?
Yeah, what was that, dude?
How long has it been haunting you? And why?
Oh, okay, well.
My name is Georg. I never had a surname.
Okay, now we're gonna see what George's friggin' deal is.
But the chief told me to pick one, so I took out the G from Gnome and went with that.
Yeah.
The idea of having GG as my initial sounded silly to me. Repetitive. That's really all there is to it.
That seems really uncreative for George.
When I left the workshop, my real memories were replaced with fake ones.
Really?
Not that it was so bad. It was as if I'd become a character in a story. I played my role, going to school, making friends, unaware that I'd been regularly reporting back to the workshop the entire time. They'd used the Faceless's hypnosis techniques on me, having stolen them from Ouroboros. But honestly, it wasn't that bad, considering it was just a dream. Reviving Crow was simply a matter of efficiency. Nothing more. The chief gave me an earful for it, but I knew Crow would be a suitable candidate for the rivalries.
So, okay. So it was Georg's idea to bring Crow into it, to make a Azure Siegfried.
That's the only reason I did what I did.
You say that, but that's definitely not true.
It's the same reason I didn't kill Angie. And the same reason I gave the courageous a chance.
Nah, he's lying.
No, there's a good boy.
He has a gentle look to him, just like you. We should be glad he hasn't taken after me. Though I suppose if he had my rugged features, he'd have no end of admirers.
It's funny you should say that, black-haired man.
I'm sure. Besides, you resemble your father too, don't you? Though I might start to worry if you turn out half as oblivious as him.
Well, that was already a done deal.
How do you mean?
You see? But in a way, that's just what I love about your father. Take care, dear. Best of luck with tomorrow's mission.
Oh, dang, we skipped ahead quite a bit.
I'll be off then. I love you, Kasha. And you as well, Reen.
It's been 180 years since his passing, and only 30 since his soul found its way back to this world.
Wait, are you saying that either we're the reincarnation? No, 30 since his soul found its way back to the world. Does that mean that Gilead is the reincarnation of Dreykels?
A wonderful wife and a healthy child. It seems there's no need for me to be concerned.
Why though? That's really, I don't know about that one. The legends make Dreykels seem to be a stand-up dude, and Gilead, maybe Gilead will turn out to have like done all this stuff for stand-up reasons. So Gilead
I fear the darkness still hangs over him.
Oh wait, that was that thing. Okay, so I guess in the end, oh my, Adios, what was its name? So that was the Divine Knight that Gilead pilots is the one that wanted Dreykels to pilot it. And so it eventually did get Dreykels through Gilead.
Perhaps it's time I reconsider that invitation.
So Reen is Dreikel's kid? I don't know how I feel about that one.
What? Again? Honestly, you and your research projects.
Okay, so now we're about to see more about Alberic.
Well, whatever it's about this time, I'm sure you'll make it a success. Like always.
Or rather, Franz.
Just try and make it back for the weekend, alright? My father would love to spend some time with you. As would Elisa.
I'll see what I can do. I love you, Irina.
Dang.
Oh boy. What in Adios' name am I doing?
Okay, so he was like playing the family man but even so, he looks that way, but his voice still sounds evil. Like if we'd met Franz back when he was a normal person and he talked like that, dude, that's the voice of somebody who's gonna be an antagonist. Like, props to whoever the VA is, dude, because he's got an evil sounding voice.
Spending my days designing weapons instead of spending time with my wife and daughter?
Oh, no, he's still on the up and up. But maybe he might still be in that dreamlike state like Georg.
Not that these recent headaches are helping, or these sudden drowsy spells.
No, the Faceless would still have been around by at this point. He would have still been doing a lot of stuff.
They couldn't find anything wrong with me at the clinic, though. The Panzer Soldat. With any luck, it'll revolutionize the industry as we know it. But will it be good enough for the professor to approve as my final thesis? Wait, my final thesis? Where did that thought even come from? It's almost as though... Am I trying to leave this place?
Yes, you are.
That must be his combat shell.
Open your eyes, Franz Lumen. I have already claimed the king. All that remains is his steward.
No, that's the Divine Knight that Gileath pilots.
Accept your fate.
Mr. Franz Reinford? Pardon my intrusion.
Okay, and this is where Kruger came to kill him.
I am one of the enforcers of Ouroboros, number 9, the Severing Eclipse.
Wow, dude. That was she's really casual about it, but I guess it's only natural to introduce yourself to someone who's not going to be alive pretty soon.
I've come to retrieve the research reports, as per your agreement with Professor Novartis. You are Mr. Reinford, correct? An affiliate of the 13 factories?
So, even as Franz, he was still doing sketchy stuff.
Though that is indeed my name, it is not who I truly am.
Well, there it is.
Franz Reinford was nothing more than a temporary alias. It is nothing compared to my true self. A name passed down for centuries from one servant of the Great One to another.
So there have been multiple Franz Reinfords? Well, passed down for centuries, so that means there was a Franz Reinford in Dreikel's time too then.
I beg your pardon.
So Kruger wasn't supposed to kill him, she was just there to get some papers from him.
I suppose I should cast my alias aside now. You couldn't have arrived at a better time. I regret to inform you that I will not be relinquishing my research. Try and obtain it by force if you like, but be warned, it won't end well for you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not with Ouroboros anymore, dude. I'm going right back to the gnomes.
Looking back, I've experienced more than my fair share of misfortune. My parents were wealthy landowners in the north, but an avalanche claimed them while I was still young.
Who's that? That's definitely Gileath on the left, but...
By some stroke of fate, I was taken in by the Baron of Ymir and sent to Thor's military academy.
Okay, dang, he looks so young.
As the years went by, my career progressed well, granting me many close friends along the way. And then, well into my 30s...
Crap, is that Gileath on the right? Okay, and that... Jeez, dude, that's Principal Van Dyke on the left.
I met her, the woman who would become my wife. Oh, I experienced my fair share of teasing, but in spite of that, our union was blessed. It was around that time, however, that I started hearing the voice.
The same one that wanted to claim Dreichels.
Relinquish it to me. It belongs to me. Your soul, your entire being. Yes. Yes.
But wait, so since Reen has I think I've already said it before, but since Reen has Gileath's heart, does that mean that Gileath wasn't able, does that mean that that's the reason why Reen became Valamar's Awakener and Gileath didn't?
Unable to seek anyone's counsel, I tried to seal it deep within my heart. By the time we'd married and our son was born, the voice had faded into only the faintest of thoughts. But no sooner could I breathe a sigh of relief had it returned, at the very worst point of my wretched life.
Specifically so it could prey on him.
Thank the goddess. You're okay. Please, Gileath, I beg of you, save our child.
No! Why? Damn you, Arundel! What did Kasha and my son ever do to you? I'm your enemy! I'm the one you want! Helios, please! Someone answer me! Goddess or fiend, I don't care! I'll do anything. Take me instead if you must. Just please! Spare our son's life!
Oh, how long I've waited to hear those words.
That curse.
Waited and waited, Dreichels, for 200 long years. This time, you will be my Awakener, not the Ashen Knights. Agree, and I will deliver your son from death.
It was you. You're the one who did this. All of it.
That's the curse?
But I don't care anymore. Take my body. Take my soul. Do what you will. So long as you save my son, it doesn't matter what happens to me. Ebonite, Ishmelga!
So that's the curse. One of the Divine Knights. Or at least, maybe it works in tandem with the curse? That was a lot.
There it is then. The whole truth.
So the duel the boss died in was rigged from the start.
By Black Alberic. But even he was just a puppet.
George, too. Though his circumstances were a bit different.
Yeah. And what was that thing possessing Elisa's dad anyway?
Was Elisa's dad possessed? I'm not exactly sure the mechanism by which she switched from being Franz back to Alberic.
It looked like he was taken over by another persona. The Chief of the Gnomes.
The being that possessed him has achieved immortality through means different from mine.
So Franz is currently being possessed by Alberic?
I suspect it lives on by becoming one with any descendant of the gnomes it deems worthy. Almost akin to a parasite of sorts.
And a parasite can be purged, so we can purge Alberic from Franz and get Franz back.
Father.
We also learned the truth about Aryan Road, or Leanne Sandlot as she was once known. She spent 250 years watching over the Empire, as well as the man she loved most.
A saint in the truest sense of the word.
But that means the guy she spent all that time watching over is
Dreikel's, who is Reen's father.
I admit, I always did have my suspicions.
I didn't! That came out of literally nowhere for me!
Why, for instance, did Emperor Eugen go to such lengths to support the Chancellor?
That's true. But I thought Gileath was just super capable. I mean, it's not like he hasn't proved that fact.
You're right. It all makes sense now. His Majesty had the entire truth in his hands this whole time. The Black Records.
I mean, so do we. We've read the Black Records, and we were none the wiser to Gileath actually being Dreikel's, or being Dreikel's reincarnated.
He knew that the Lionheart Emperor, founder of Thors, father of the Renaissance, and victor in the War of the Lions 250 years back, had been reborn as Gileath Osborne, the Blood and Iron Chancellor.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot to take in.
I never imagined reincarnation would be possible.
Yeah, it seems like there's all kinds of rule breaking going on when Divine Knights and Septarians get involved.
Paranormal bullcrap. Except it's for real this time, isn't it?
Of all the things for the visions to show us. Those witless fools! Why didn't Leanne and Dreikel's come to me? Did you not say we were friends? Was it all just a lie? No, I am the one at fault. How could I have been so blind for centuries?
Grandmother. Rose.
Roselia, what can you tell us about this Ishmelga?
So is the curse completely separate from Ishmelga, or is Ishmelga like driving the curse, or I'm not like, my current understanding is that Ishmelga is the curse.
The Ebon Knight.
all signs point to him being the one behind all this, don't they?
It radiates an aura unlike any other Divine Knight we've encountered.
I do not know. This particular Divine Knight has remained mostly hidden for over 1,000 years.
Over 1,000 years? Wait, but didn't all the Divine Knights participate in the War of the Lions?
It was absent for both the War of the Lions 250 years ago and the Dark Dragon's appearance 900 years ago.
God dang.
However, it may have been the one behind them.
Okay. To try to get, well, the second time around, to try to get Dreikel's to become its successor or its awakener, and maybe the first time around for somebody else to become his awakener?
Or perhaps the one behind every tragic event in Erebonia's dark history.
Okay, so Ishmelga is the curse.
No way.
That's wild.
Valimar, Ordine, and all the other Divine Knights we've seen thus far have each had their own conscious mind. What if that mind were to become warped by malice, amassing it as a kind of power?
The Gnomes and the Hexen clan have been at odds from the very start. Even still, we managed to reach a compromise 1,200 years ago. We stood side by side as we sealed off the Great One. We worked arm in arm to help found the Empire. But 800 years ago, after the reclamation of the capital, the Gnomes suddenly broke off all contact with us.
Because of Ishmelga, maybe?
And the one behind all of that was the Ebon Knight. It must have taken over the Gnomes and made them into its followers. Well, that's the nice way of putting it, I guess. In reality, they're nothing more than its brainwashed minions.
And so they got involved with all sorts of shady stuff, including the boss's death, moving their evil plans forward the whole time.
Yeah, Even now. That's the curse that Albrecht was talking about.
Okay, so I was right.
But what's its end goal? Bringing back the Great One?
Well, if Ishmelga is part of it, we definitely don't want the Great One back.
Or is it trying to win the rivalry of the Seven to become the Great One itself?
Is that what the OZ units were created for? What I was created for? What Milliam gave her life for?
Just the thought of it makes me sick.
We can't let this stand.
Oh, crap.
Rain?
That thing is the reason for all this suffering. Not only in Erebonia, but in every country surrounding it. Crow, the Lance Maiden, and the Jaeger King were all made into immortals and forced into its game. It took Milliam's life, and the lives of so many others. Major Lecter's father, Major Claire's family, and others still. Innocent people, all made into its victims. Elisa's father, George, my mother, even Chancellor Osborne himself.
Rain, keep it together!
At this rate, the curse will take hold of you.
It seems the truth was too much for him to handle.
Damn it! You gotta get it under control.
Calm yourself, my awakener.
Valimar!
Valimar?
Oh, what is this? It feels so soothing.
How?
Where are we?
A transformed space. Kind of reminds me of when Instructor Thomas first told us who he really was.
Is this the phase space where Divine Knights and Awakeners make their contracts?
Nah. I get the feeling we're somewhere else entirely.
Valimar, you can speak again?
How?
This is different from when we spoke back in the workshop, isn't it?
Correct. It seems the curse has temporarily loosened its grip on me. My means of expression remain limited, however. Perhaps I will recover the ability to speak in the real world at some point.
I hope so.
There we go. Aw, Valimar was able to bring him back to his senses.
Thank the goddess.
Hear my words, Awakener, and secondary contractors. The Ebon Knight is not the only one to blame for all the tragedies you named. Mankind's weakness contributed to bringing them about.
Yeah, like, ultimately, Dreichels was able to resist. I mean, if everybody were that strong, then Ishmelga wouldn't have been able to gain a foothold.
If you fail to understand this, you have no hope of prevailing in the rivalries ahead. Even with the sword.
The sword?
Are we gonna go somewhere, or? What is that? Oh!
It can't be.
All right! It worked!
Milliam!
Milliam!
Hey guys! Did you miss me?
So, I still think that we can bring her back too. I mean, I was already right about nobody dying, so let's see how far we can get it to go.
I've been watching over you guys the whole time. Every time you got in a pickle, and every time you whooped your way right out of it. Guess I should say sorry, though, for not being strong enough.
I mean, anybody would have died after taking the hit that you did.
I wanted to be able to say, I saved the day. That I helped protect everyone. But I never thought I'd cause you guys all this grief instead.
Milliam!
You don't have to apologize.
Not in the slightest. You did more for us than we ever could have asked.
I'm guessing the two of you appeared to tell us something important. Am I right?
Yeah, being stuck like this helped us finally figure a few things out. First off, you were right about the rivalries being struggles for power between the Divine Knights. Crow's an immortal, so he should have totally vanished from our world after he was defeated.
But we were able to break the rules of that.
But it seems like you guys figured it out. Making him your kin like that bought him some more time. Though, when it comes to the end of the Great Twilight, I probably don't even need to say it.
Yeah.
That's me, living with a death sentence over my head.
Nah, Crow, we'll figure something out, dude.
Crow.
There is one more thing to mention regarding the Ebon Knight. His power is immense, beyond the reach or understanding of this realm.
Good adios. He said his power is beyond the understanding of this realm, dude. That's terrifying.
He could defeat every one of us. However, this would not make him whole again. He requires a worthy opponent.
So we have to do battle with him within the confines of the ritual.
As such, I expect the following will occur. The Ebon Knight will wait until one knight has absorbed the power of the other 5 in order to have his worthy opponent. However, because this opponent has such power, it is at this point Ishmelga could potentially be defeated.
The Jaeger King's Palatinate Knight, the Steel Maiden's Argent Knight, the Prince's Vermilion Knight, Rufus's Arg Knight, and Reen's Ashen Knight partnered with Crow's Azure Knight. It'll be one of them who'll be going toe-to-toe with the Ebon Knight.
It'll be us, dude.
How about it, Reen? Looks like we don't have much of a choice.
Your rivalry at the Soul Shrine was only a preview of what's to come.
Maybe we can convince the boss to join us, just like Crow.
Yeah, Rutger I could see, actually. Well, maybe not joining up with us, but at least not being antagonistic.
Perhaps. And from what we saw in those visions, there could certainly remain a chance to recruit the Steel Maiden to our side as well.
That's right. They of all people should understand what it is we're fighting for.
We can make it work. I'm sure of it.
Ain't gonna be easy, but at least now we finally got some light at the end of this tunnel.
Maybe so. But I somehow doubt Rufus or the Prince will be half as eager to team up with us.
Yeah, we'll just have to wipe them out.
So long as Valimar can win the rivalries and absorb the power of their knights, it shouldn't pose too much of a problem.
With more allies and more power, we might actually have a shot against Chancellor Osborne.
Our odds may be slim, but this is our best chance to defeat Ishmelga for good.
I've made my decision, Valimar. Not as the sacrifice, and not as an ogre, but as myself. We're going to see these rivalries through to the very end, with you and Milliam at our side.
Excellent! Wouldn't have it any other way.
Well said, my Awakener.
I kind of have an idea of who the second battle we're gonna go up against is, but I'm gonna hold off on saying it.
That's what I like to hear. I'll be right there with you all the way.
Milliam! Stop! Don't go!
Please, wait! There's still so much I have to say!
Come on, guys. You don't have to worry. Even if you can't see me, I'm always with you. Remember, we're all a team, no matter what happens.
Bye, Milliam and Valimar. For now, though. We'll get them both back, even though Valimar hasn't gone anywhere, but you know what I mean.
That wasn't just a dream, was it?
Nope. Look at that.
No, it wasn't.
Now I see. She was never gone. She's been here all along.
You finally understood what I've been saying this whole time, Eustace.
My big sister. I'm so glad.
I think that's the first time she's called her that.
She's come such a long way. I can hardly believe it.
What exactly was that, Grandmother?
A liminal space between dreams and reality, bestowed unto you by the Spectral Moon Mirror.
So the artifact made the impossible possible. Well, that makes sense.
Something similar happened back when I inherited my predecessor's responsibilities. The mirror has granted us more than expected. All those centuries of watching over it were well worth it.
Yeah, they really were.
Roselia, and Emma, and Celine as well. Thank you for everything.
You could pass that on to Vita and the Rakshasa, too. Props for all the help.
Yeah, with them, we were able to have the levels in order to beat her, but honestly, with Luminary Force or even Zodiac Force, we would have been able to take her down, but we get what they mean.
Valimar has fallen silent once more, and it's unlikely Milliam will be able to speak to us like that again. Yet, their souls are still with us, always. Of that, we can be certain.
Indeed. Now that we're all together again, there can be no more room for doubt in our path as Class 7.
And as members of the Radiant Wings.
Probably would have been screwed without you witches helping out, though.
Exact. That's what I'm saying, dude. Witchery saves the day.
Guess that's worth a thanks or two.
Definitely. I think I'm finally ready to face my father and Sharon again.
Yeah, we owe you guys. Big time. You guys. You're making way too big a deal over it. I didn't do anything.
Well, you're meant to do something. I actually thought that, like, when she was talking about her true form and for Celine to get ready, I thought Celine would also get, like, an adult form, too.
But I guess I'm glad things worked out.
Ah, it feels as though several centuries of weight has been lifted from my shoulders. As for the new facts that were revealed to us, I will let Vita and Thomas Lysander know what they should.
Yeah, I don't want to give them everything.
That'd be a great help. Thank you.
I'm just happy I was able to carry out my duty as a wandering witch. But I couldn't have done it if our family hadn't worked so hard to protect this sacred place. So thank you, Grandmother, for guiding our clan for so many years.
Even, like, as a holy beast, dude, and as the elder.
And more than anything, for making me the person I am today.
Just where's all this coming from? What do you think you're doing? Are you trying to bring your poor granny to tears? This old heart of mine can only take so many surprises.
Aww.
My word.
It would seem our little trip can be counted as a success.
Yeah, dude. Except for the fact that I've got to redo those last 2 battles, but you guys don't have to worry about that.
We should bring the good news back to His Highness and the others.
Yeah, the sooner we can get more minds mulling this over, the better.
Right. Best not to keep them waiting any longer. Let's be off. To the Courageous 2.
Dang, dude. All right, we're definitely going to go ahead, save here, and then pick things up next time. Definitely join me then for more The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. Bye for now, guys.